What is going on, guys? Jack here, and welcome to episode 13 of Rebuilding Chelsea here in Football Manager 2017. And today I have for you guys a live com doubleheader against Manchester City and Liverpool. And to be honest, we've got a crisis. Let's talk about the two games since the last episode, which if you missed, go check it out. It was against Arsenal and Spurs. Two massive live comms, two big games. Obviously, Spurs, our former club. Arsenal this side, who are challenging really with us at the top of the table, at least right now. It's worth your time. So anyway, since then, we lost 2-1 against Leicester, which, I mean, all the goals came in 3 minutes, and we were kind of FM'd, but at the same time, we were very poor going forward. And the other game we played, against Huddersfield in the FA Cup, it finished 5-5. Now, we were losing 4-1. We went 5-4 up. That was with Rashford getting a hat-trick and an own goal within 6 minutes. So from 4-1 down to 5-4 up. And then we bottled it and conceded in the 80th minute. So that wasn't great. We were playing a completely rotated team, as you can see here. It wasn't kind of full strength. But that isn't the crisis. The crisis that I've got is I've got no strikers. I thought 4 strikers would be enough this year. Kelechi's gone off on to the African Cup of Nations with Nigeria for a month. Theo Walcott's out for 2 to 3 weeks with a back strain. Lukaku's out with his strained knee ligaments. Rashford's the only striker I've got in the team. And in the under-23s, our striking options, all the strikers are out on loan except Charlie Brown. So I'm going to have to promote someone. And the only person I can think I can promote for this time period who might be ready is Jamie Wood. So Jamie, welcome to the first team. It's going to be interesting for him. He's 17 years old. He looks like a very, very good player. And to be honest, looking at his report, he's well suited to championship football. So, I mean, we could have worse backups. He may even be on the bench for today's game, to be honest, just because of the situation we're kind of in. Also worth noting that Dominic Iorfa is also out on international duty with Nigeria, and that the loan speller Bailey was cut short because he wanted to let go. Like, he wanted to go, basically. He wasn't happy, was Eric Bailey, because we weren't playing him. But so I can't really blame him for being annoyed. But I kind of wish I had him right now, because we don't have a centre-back. I mean, what centre-backs do we have? I guess Chalobah could come back in, maybe? We've got Joe Gomez. That's the silver lining. And Nathan Ake can play centre-back, although his lack of kind of real talent in the air concerns me for a centre-back. So we've got a little bit of a selection headache. To be honest, the centre-back position is my own fault. The striker position, I feel like 4 strikers when you're playing a single striker system is usually enough. It's just a bit of a freak situation at the moment. In terms of transfer news, obviously it is January. Looking at our finances, we're £27 million in the red. I talked about this at the start of the season. We are predicted to fail our financial fair play for player wage rises year on year. I will have to pay a fine for that at the end of the year. I'd already kind of accepted that. I've got no money to sign anyone, so don't expect too many transfers going on. I do have 30% of transfer revenue being made available, but 30% is nothing. We did have an offer, actually, from Masonda from Sunderland. We'll get there eventually. I have him listed as not needed. That's not the case at all. I actually decided to cancel the sale. It was going to be for £42 million, which, if I'm honest, Charlie probably isn't worth £42 million now. Now, he might be in the future, but the thing that actually swung me to kind of keep him was the fact that Czerny wants to go out on loan to Stoke, which will definitely benefit his development to play regular Premier League football, hopefully, for Stoke. But it does mean I kind of need Masonda. And on the flip side, selling Masonda for £40 million would be great if I had £40 million to reinvest in January. But the fact of the matter is, I haven't got that money to reinvest. So getting that money doesn't actually do anything for me in January. It's not a case of I can sell him for £40 million and then spend that on 2 or 3 kind of younger players who are as good as him. So that's a little bit of a shame. Another bit of team news, just to let you guys know about. I might still have the news item for it. It happened at the start of the month, but I've got a lot of news items that have come in since then. Unfortunately, I've not got it. But Martin Odegaard, as you will see in his achievements, he was named in Norway's best seasonal 11. We don't care about that. He won European Golden Boy. Fantastic. Welcome to the crew, Odegaard. Fantastic for him, obviously. He got in the Team of the Year, age 19. Not too shabby. He was the World Golden Ball runner-up with 26 goals and 28 assists in 44 games. Now, some of those were in the Championship because that's done over the calendar year. But he's a better player than Luis Suarez, and I'm going to take it, and that's what I'm going to gloat about. Yeah, he got a lot of the vote, which is really impressive, actually. Unfortunately, Messi doing Messi things, unfortunately, at the top of the table. But still a good little January for Martin Odegaard when it came to his awards. Of course, still a young player, banging in the goals for us, free kick maestro, and he's still improving, and he is our biggest earner at the club. He's 20 years old now. What a player. What a player he is going to be for us going forward. The fans love him. I love him, and he's been one of our best players, really, of this series so far. So anyway, that's the team news. We have City to begin with today, and then we have Liverpool. Now, the lack of a striker, somewhat concerning. But we've got Jamie Wood, so we've all got Wood to... Okay, that came out wrong. But we've all got Wood to rely on here. I hope he can do a good job for us. I'm completely lost now mentally. If we need him to. I mean, he can only play striker, but... Yeah, we'll see how we get on. We have to give him a number. What number do I want to give him? What year was he born in? He's born in... I was going to give him the number of the year he was born in, but he's born in 2001, and I can't give him the number 1 shirt. I'm just shaking my head. Right, number 19 you are now, Jamie. I was going to give you number 1, but I can't. Right, we're second. Can we bounce back? We've got City today. They're in 4th. They're playing well, but they are 8 points behind us. So a win here puts us in a really good situation. Also worth noting, Liverpool with a few games in hand. A win against them in our next game would be particularly good. Anyway, looking at this City side, Aguero, Griezmann, Dele Alli, Leroy Sané, they've actually signed him. Renato Sanchez. I saw the news item first. They've signed him for £83 million. What is City doing? They've spent £248 million. Actually, they've sold quite a few players as well, to be fair. But still, that's mad. Renato Sanchez, an incredible centre mid. I didn't realise they'd signed him today, because that has literally happened today. So that's going to be fun. They've obviously got Kante in midfield with him, our former man. And then their defence is quite good too with Azpilicueta. They've got Lindelof playing right back. That's City. City always build incredible sides in Football Manager. This is one of the best I've seen them make. Let's see how we get on. They're struggling in the league, though. That's kind of the what I'm going to kind of prey on, I guess. The fact they've not played well. Lots of new players, kind of. Maybe cohesion will be a problem for them. We are at home, so we are going to play on the front foot. I didn't really run through... Okay, I was about... It's not great, is it? 1-0 after 20 seconds. It wasn't even 20, it was like 15. I was going to talk about our starting a lineup, but it's a bit pointless now, isn't it? Leroy Sané, Aguero, back heels to Griezmann. It hits the back of the net at 14 seconds. It's not ideal, is it? It's not the start we were looking for. Our starting 11, what I was going to say was, it's standard, pretty much. You've got Rajkovic, Walker, Zuma, Smalling, Ake, standard back 5. Will Hughes and Christensen at centre mid. Masonda is playing out on the right-hand side as an inside forward. We then have Odegaard down the middle, Lallana out wide, and then up top, Rashford, who's our only fit striker. I still can't believe we conceded after 14 seconds. Not ideal, but we are on the attack. Martin Odegaard, Europe's golden boy. Rashford's in the middle. It's 1-1. And, well, we need goals, and Rashford's been providing some goals. He got a hat-trick, as I said, against Huddersfield. And, well, with Lukaku out injured, we need a goal scorer to emerge. And Lukaku, yes, it was a hat-trick in the FA Cup against Huddersfield, but he banged in some goals before. He's got another one for us here. A nice little ball by Odegaard. Of course, Rashford, playing as a lone striker, not particularly great in the air. So the intelligence really to play that ball in was great by Odegaard. Played it to his feet. Nice run. Nice finish. 1-1. Game on. But no, 25 minutes gone. I mean... Given the start, things are going okay. I feel like as soon as you go a goal down after 15 seconds against Man City of all teams, like you kind of, you fear the worst, I think is the best way to phrase it. But we've bounced back so far. And, well, with 35 minutes gone, not a lot of chances either way. No clear-cut chances, no half chances. And given the sheer firepower that Man City have, it's a little bit of a relief that going into half-time, we look likely at least... to remain at 1-1. Worth noting, United have just scored through Depay to go a goal up in their game. That would see us drop down to third. But at the same time, we've already played City once this year. We actually beat them. It was our second game of the season. Whether or not we can do that again, it's going to be tricky, but I mean, we're very much in this game at the moment. But no, a draw would be fine as far as I'm concerned. We're on the attack. Ambitious effort. Walker dispossessed. For a second, I thought we were going to score within 14 seconds of the second half down the same end. But then I realised it was a dream. And dreams don't come true most of the time. Kyle Walker winning the ball back again. He's done that a few times. Lallana on the switch. Odegaard. Is that Nathan Ake out wide? It is. Company misses his tackle, but Aspilicueta's there. A few former, of course, Chelsea men here. Masonda, can he beat the former man? He can. Christiansen, shoot. Why not? Okay, you are a centre-back, come centre-mid. Maybe don't shoot. Lindelof through the back. Send him off, ref. Mike Jones, get him off. Disgusting tackle. Martin Odegaard can whip in a ball of quality here, though. No one in the wall. That's suicidal. The ball's coming in. Can someone be there? No. Martin Odegaard's still there, though. Lallana. Rashford, the English pair linking up. Lallana again, it's a terrible shot. And oh dear. That's Griezmann number 7 on the switch. Aguero beats one man, crosses it back post. Zuma, nice header there. Now can we counter? Route 1, it's sexy. Rashford's there. Can he pull it back maybe? He can. What a ball that is. It's like a mirror image of our last goal. It's not like he's gone out wide. Last year in FM16, I feel like Rashford just shoots it. Oh, look, it's snowing. It's not, how beautiful. But yeah, Rashford would have shot there last year, but he just pulls it back. It isn't even a cross. It's just a lovely little kind of intelligent ball back towards the penalty spot. And Martin Odegaard just comes from ordering in. And N'Golo Kante's been subbed off. He's had enough after 51 minutes. But Aguero hasn't. And he brings forward the ball. Smalling, what a tackle that is, of course, by the former United man against City. More of that, please. Renato Sanchez making his debut. Being a nuisance, the number 18. Dele Alli now, a player we are, of course, familiar with from our time with Spurs. Running wide with the ball, whips it in. Munir bottles it. He came on for Kante. Kante can't believe it. He would have scored that. 2-1, it remains. I guess Munir's playing as centre attack in mid and they've dropped Dele Alli back. Ball whipped in. Odegaard. Nathan Ake. Smalling. Ake, I mean, I don't know how he's done it, the left back, but he has done it. It's his second goal of the season. And, well, everything is coming up trumps right now. Martin Odegaard, ball in. Zuma nods it down. Ake puts in a beautiful tackle. Chris Smalling passes it back. Munir's rolling around on the floor. He doesn't know what day of the week it is, and Ake does. It's goal day, and he's got one. It's 3-1. And we're on the attack again. We scored 4 against Tottenham last episode. Can we score 4 against City today? Claudio Bravo in goal. Not having a game to remember right now. It looks like City are playing a 4-2-4 at this point. It seems like they've ditched any kind of defence. They are playing a 4-2-4. I maybe should change to counter-attack at this point. Rashford looked like he was through. He was tackled, but Ake's there. Can he get the ball in? He drags it in. Cleared away. Christiansen, can you be alive to the threat? He can't. Okay, this is bad. Aguero's through. No, Rajkovic can't save it. I don't know why I asked that. I knew the answer. Right. It's time for us to go on our standard... the anti-football, park the bus, more direct, don't look for the overlap. And we just play on the counter, basically, for the next however long it is. Right, flexible. How long have we got? 30 minutes. I imagine City are going to stay on the front foot, I imagine, with the 4-2-4 whilst they're still a goal down. I wonder if they'd keep doing it if they pulled the equaliser. That would be interesting to see. For now, at least... we're going to stick with this. Are they staying with the 4-2-4? I'm curious. They are. Interesting. Both their centre defensive mids on defend as well. Right. Aguero's controlling the game today. Let's close him down. I never listen to my assistant's advice. I've done it today. If Aguero now scores, hashtag blame the assistant. Right. Masonda. A little bit tired. Jordan Ibe come on there. Christiansen on a booking but playing well. Kurt Zuma's really tired. I could only bring in Joe Gomez. That's not what I want to do. Will Hughes hasn't had the greatest of games. I'm actually going to bring in Ross Barkley. I kind of want to bring on Jamie Wood. Well, maybe we will. Maybe we will with a few minutes left. Maybe he can come on and get the goal that we need to make this comfortable. But we'll wait. 3-2 up. 5 minutes remaining. There's a chance. If it comes City's way, panic stations, like get at them basically, because it might be bad. But we're on the attack. Barkley, Jordan Ibe, the sub, Odegaard, Rashford, finish that! He scored. Let's bring on Jamie Wood. Let's give him a little debut, because Rashford's got 2 goals now. He's not getting the hat-trick with a minute left. It's a lovely little counter-attack though. Ross Barkley through to Jordan Ibe. The 2 subs are linking up well. Martin Odegaard, beautiful ball through. The snow has turned to rain. And, well, any glimmer of hope for Man City has turned to pain. It's easy. And Jamie Wood's on. He's loving life. 4-2. We've scored 4 goals again in the first game of a double-header live con. Maybe I should do more of these against the big teams. It seems to work for us. A very, very scary City side, I think it's fair to say. And, well, we've outplayed them, really. We've taken the chances that came our way. 5 half chances. 4 of them found the back of the net. And, well, we can be very pleased with the football we've played there. That is a great little result. Worth noting, Arsenal scraping by 1-0. As a result, they stay a point ahead of us, and they have played a game less. Worth noting, at the top of the table, ourselves, Arsenal and United, all with 30 goal difference, which is really, really kind of odd, and all the teams separated by just 3 points. 2. It really is tight at the top of the table. Anyway, the next game we've got is against Liverpool. I need to send all the players on a rest for 2 days just to get some fitness back. Because, well, we've got a lot of games in quick succession. Let's just praise Rashford. You were superb. You were pretty good. He appreciates it. Marcus Rashford. He's not developed, as I said. I think I said it last episode. He's not developed as much as I kind of hoped he would. But he's got 8 goals in 19 games this year. And he's played a fair few games as well. From midfield. I think, is it stats you go to now? There's a way that you can see what position he's played. It's here. So yeah, you can see kind of how he's played a variety of different roles for us. Normally in the midfield as well. He's only really played a handful of games at striker. But in those games, he's got 5 goals. He scored 3 against Huddersfield, to be fair. But 2 against City. He was the difference maker last time out. And, well, hopefully, going to Anfield now, we can make something happen. Jordan Ibe. He wants to talk about leaving us. He doesn't feel like he'll ever get regular first-team football. Should we give him a chance? Shall we give him a chance? I'll give you a chance, Jordan. Tierney's going out on loan to Stoke. I already talked about this. And if Tierney goes out on loan, which looks likely to happen, that is going to make Jordan Ibe kind of my preference as kind of a rotation option wide man, the kind of guy who might come in. Will Hughes has increased his development further. Apparently it's due to his exposure to first-team football. How is he looking now? He's looking pretty good. A good little playmaker, Will Hughes. Still very good. I feel like 1 year, he's just not going to have the potential he's had in FM for the last few years, and it's going to be really sad. Luke Shuttleworth going out on loan to Forest. Going to be a good move for him. Going to be a first-team player there. You can see he's been improving a lot. Probably the player who's actually had the most development during his time since he joined us. You can see stuff like his first touch. Started at 15.2, now it's 16.4, so that is very close to becoming 17. And if we just look at some of his stuff in general, I guess physicals aren't the thing to look at because they don't improve that sharply. But if we just highlight a few of his things, you can see stuff like crossing. Crossing improving by 0.6 in a month. I love that. His heading's had another big jump as well. 0.6 again. He must have had a really good month in training. Even his passing, 0.6 improvements. I think the best I've ever seen is a 1.2. And I saw that once last year. That's like unprecedented levels of improvement. But you can see here, he's just had a very, very good month. Everything has pretty much improved across the board. He looks like an exceptional player, does Shuttleworth. I'm really excited to see him play. A consistent performer, could become a Premier League attacking midfielder. Great pace. The fact he's got 17 vision and 12 passing, like, his passing's always going to improve further. He's going to be quality in a few years. Only 18 as well. And a very good attacking kind of centre mid. A good option probably to play as an alternative to Odegaard in just a few years, if I'm honest. And of course, he is a former Liverpool man. Tierney going to go out on loan. We already talked about this, knew it was happening. That does mean that Jordan Ibe will get more first-team football. Ignacio Prim is going out on loan to Sporting Kansas. Didn't get a work permit, unfortunately, the Argentine. He only joined us this window. But playing regular football in MLS should be fairly good for him. It's a good deal for him. It's a good deal for us. And hopefully, playing regular first-team football is going to aid his development. And Sporting Kansas City, the team coming in for us. Looking at Liverpool's kind of scouting report here, they are looking like they'll probably play a 4-2-2-2, like a 4-4-2, but with two defensive midfielders, which is interesting. I quite like the Jack Cork and Jordan Henderson centre mid duo, if I'm honest. They've got this guy, is it Cheryshev? He plays for Real Madrid, I believe, in real life. In fact, he's gone to Villarreal, and I didn't even know it. But Liverpool signed him for a pretty big fee. He's been pretty bloody awful for them as well, so that could be good. Biggest threat, they're strong. They've conceded a lot of goals from through balls. We score a lot of goals from through balls, so that is pretty good. Coutinho, the one to watch. They've kept hold of Coutinho. He's so good in FM. Probably the best player at Liverpool anyway in real life, but an incredible player. A player we've got to be wary of. Looking at their performance last time, their most successful formation is a 4-2-2-2. We already looked at that. They're more vulnerable to facing their own system. Interesting that. Looking at it, last time out they did beat Huddersfield 3-0, but Zaza was sent off. And Zaza's been one of their big strikers, so him being suspended, unless that was a cup game, was it? I mean, I thought he'd be suspended given the fact he got a sending off, but apparently not, unless it's just not updated. Either way, Liverpool not going to be an easy game. They're in fourth for a reason, and you can see it. John Terry fears the Coutinho threat, as do I. I think he's got to be the man that we've got to try and shut down. But great result last time out against City. Hopefully we can get another good performance here. We have got a few former kind of Liverpool players. Shuttleworth, who we talked about, who's going on loan to Huddersfield, is one of those. You've also got Jordan Ibe, of course, who we signed from Bournemouth, but he's a former Liverpool man. Looking at this here, Lucas has gone to Yanzhou in China for £21 million. That's kind of interesting, the fact that Chinese Super League teams are actually signing players in FM17. In terms of net spend, Arsenal have made £21 million this window. We've made 1.25. We've had a few little deals, haven't we? Obviously, we brought in Prim, we brought in Cubas. On the outs, we let go of Nathan. I forgot to mention this actually. I let go of Nathan for £4.8 million. He's been on loan at Vitesse for years now, and you can see they paid £4.8 million. He didn't have a work permit, was probably never going to play for us, so I was grateful to get a little bit of money. On the other side of the scale, Manchester City, £70 million spent in January. Lots of that on Sanchez. Okay, Jack Wilshere might be available. I do like Wilshere. I think he's very good in FM, but I don't know if I have a spot for him. With his injury proneness, it's a little bit of a concern. Has he actually had that many injuries on this save? Not as many as you might imagine he would. In fact, in the last, 16 months, he's been out for 7 days. At the same time, like 10 million, I don't have £10 million, so I don't know why I'm even considering it. I don't have the money to sign him. Right, let's get into this game. There's been quite a lot to get through between the first game and the last game. People have asked me in the past, Jack, why didn't you do everything 100% live? Do a live January transfer window. We're going forward 2 days here, and it's taken me probably the best part of 10 minutes. I don't feel like kind of times in this by 15 would be entertaining for many people. Maybe I'm wrong. If you are enjoying me kind of just talking through the stuff going into my inbox, let me know. Maybe I'll just do one day, I'll start a save that's 100% live. But my concern would be is, I don't mind live streaming Football Manager when I used to do that, when I was still at uni and I had way more free time. Because you kind of can talk to the chat about what's going on. You never run out of stuff to talk about. Whereas doing something 100% live like this, well, for one, it can be difficult reading news items, trying to answer press questions whilst talking. I've not mastered the art of reading whilst talking. It's a skill that I'm yet to, and I doubt I ever will acquire. But also, I feel like if I run out of something to say, I'm just going to kind of be sat awkwardly umming and ahhing, which I don't think anyone wants to see, really. Anyway, we go into this game against Liverpool. Last time we played them, we won. That was a pre-season game that we won 3-1. We beat them 4-2 last time we played them in the league. I'm hoping for a good performance here because they are in fourth. A win here would, give us a little bit more of a cushion into fourth place. Worth noting, United have played a game more than us now and are a point ahead. Also, Arsenal won one of their games, so we do need to win to maintain the gap on Arsenal to just 1 point kind of trailing them. So there is a little bit of pressure on our shoulders. In terms of our team's kind of recovered well. I'm going to stick with the same lineup, I think. I think it worked well last time out against... who did we play last time? City. And I'm hoping that you can give us kind of some good solidity when we call upon it again today. Looking at the team, obviously Walcott's still out injured, Lukaku's out injured, Kubas is out on loan to Vitesse, he might as well be in the under-23s. Kelechi and Iorfa are on international duty. Czerny's also been loaned out and now I'm going to move him to the under-23s. So we are a little bit kind of bare bones, to be honest, in our team, which is a little bit of a concern. I knew that we had a smaller squad this year, but I don't know. I feel like a few injuries, we might be in trouble. Defensively, I think that's where we lack someone, although I didn't really think about the African Cup of Nations when I made this team. And I guess I should be grateful in some ways that we haven't really got any African players at that tournament who are kind of nailed on first team players that we are going to sorely miss. So anyway, let's submit our team for this game. Hopefully we can have another good performance. Chelsea are a good side and apparently we'll have enough quality. Zaza, Mane and Firmino all are injured. Well, Firmino's out injured, Zaza's suspended. Firmino out with knee ligament injuries. Mane is on international duty at the African Cup of Nations and Zaza, I guess he's suspended, even though it doesn't say he's suspended. So we'll see how we get on. Looking at their team, they are playing that formation that we expected them to play, a 4-4-2. Sturridge up top. I noticed Sturridge's contract's running out at the end of the year. Obviously, former Chelsea man. There is part of me that would like to sign him, but that £130,000 a week wages, a little bit of a deterrent. Origi going to play up top alongside him. Markovic and Coutinho out wide. So, yeah, I fancy us here. I don't really like the system Liverpool are playing, but apparently it's been working for them so far. Let's just hope that our system can break it down, I guess. Hopefully we can pick up from where we left off last time out. What a win it was against City. A terrifying City side. I feel like Manchester United and Manchester City, for whatever reason in Football Manager, in the last few years, since like FM, probably 12 really, in my memory, they've always been capable of just building like god squads and just incredible sides. And that City team we beat last time out was just that. So a 4-2 win there was absolutely amazing. Hopefully we can just get another win here. Obviously, last episode, we beat Tottenham, we beat Arsenal. If we can beat City and beat Liverpool here, I feel like there's part of me that just has to start backing us for a title challenge just off the fact we will have beaten that calibre of team kind of within such a short period of time. Because these games, bear in mind we lost the game against Leicester in the league between this kind of, you know, 2 live comfortable headers that we've had this episode and last episode. I mean, if you told me you're going to win all of them, I would have bitten your hand off. If you told me, Jack, you're going to get 9 points from 12, again, I probably would have taken that in these live comms. Even if we were to lose today, I'd be relatively happy. But it is the kind of run of fixtures where very easily we could have ended up with no points from the games against Spurs, Arsenal, obviously City and Liverpool. But we find ourselves in such a great situation. I'm hoping that really today we can just continue to perform well as... Well, Liverpool, they're on the attack. Sturridge beats his man, lays off to Origi. Origi slots it home. Looking at the stats, it's been incredibly close. It's really the first chance of the game that's fallen either way, and it's Divock Origi with a nice little finish. Perhaps we should defend just a little bit better. I don't know what happened to our 2 centre-backs, actually. Okay, well, Zuma dived into a tackle. Smalling went across the cover. Ake didn't tuck in soon enough, although I don't think Ake can really take any of the blame. Really, it's just Smalling just charging down the ball there randomly. Just leaves our back four really exposed, unfortunately. And, well, it's just let Liverpool in for a relatively easy goal. And it looks unlikely to change before half-time, unfortunately, for us. So we've got it all to do in the second half. Please show me something else, boys. Rashford's having a really poor game. Part of me believes in the fairy tale that if I bring in Jamie Wood up top, he's going to score. How badly does Rashford play before I change it? Looking at the fitness, Lallana's struggling a little bit. I think I'm going to make a change there, although he's not actually struggling that much relative to everyone else because a lot of our players are pretty tired. Christensen's on a booking, so I'm going to actually bring in Fabian Delph there. Delph not played as much first-team football as you perhaps would expect. Neither has Ross Barkley, though. Really, obviously, Delph came in to be backup. Barkley, we spent £27 million on. I'm really disappointed by what I've seen from him. I guess the issue for him really has been that because Odegaard's played so well at centre attack in mid, it's been very difficult to justify dropping him. And whilst Barkley can play just as a regular centre midfielder, when you've got Will Hughes there and Christensen playing defensive midfielder, like Barkley just doesn't fit either position. Unfortunately, I was about to say, unfortunately, we're about to go another goal down, but Lovren skied it and really let us off the hook there. There's 30 minutes left. Liverpool are on the attack again. The game has not had a lot of chances either way. Delph wins it nicely. Rajkovic out wide to Lallana. Former Liverpool man was released this year. Rashford runs up top. He's alienated on his own. Oh my gosh, it's deflected in. Will Hughes has scored. It's going to go down as his goal, but it's not his goal. It's deflected in. It's a massive, massive bit of good luck that we've scored here. Rashford, I said he had no one with him. He was just alienated. He lays it off to Will Hughes, who shoots first time. Who is that who tries to chest it down? It's Sacco. Deflects off him, finds its way into the back of the net. And I am going to change the system, actually. I really want to bring on Wood. Is that bad? I'm going to take off Musonda and we're going to bring in Jamie Wood up top on his own and see if the fairy tale can happen. This is the kind of stupid managerial thing that I do in, like, if I was streaming. But I'm in a weird mood today, so we'll do it. You might have noticed at the start of the episode. We went off the rails early on this episode. We've got back on the rails, but it has been a bit of a train wreck. Hopefully, the train wreck has a happy ending and we can get a goal with 14 minutes left. You know, Sir Alex Ferguson, he brought on Makeda that time and he scored one big goal and United fans thought he was going to be the greatest striker ever. Maybe Jamie Wood can be our Makeda. It's never been said, but it has been now. Jamie makes something magical happen for us. Looking at the stats of this game, it's been an incredibly close game. We've not created a lot of opportunities, but neither have Liverpool either. They've had the better of the chances, but the scores remain 1-1 and really no team's done a lot to justify anything more than that. I'm going to take off Lallana and bring in Jordan Ibe with our last change. Said I was going to give Ibe a little bit more for first team football. Playing against his former club, point to prove, very good athlete. Maybe he can cause something to happen here late on, although since we made any tactical changes, nothing's happened in this second half, and nothing is going to happen. It's just going to finish 1-1, I imagine. Can we just clear it, please? Clear it. Thank you. Finishes 1-1. That was a stressful ending. Not a classic, but we avoid defeat. And to come back from behind and just kind of get a point there, I'm relatively happy with away from home. It does see us slip down to third in the table, but given our aim this year was to make sure we finish top 5, and given the fact that, well, City, you can see here, they are 12 points behind us. Granted, they've got a game in hand. We're in a good position now to hopefully kick on. We've had a tricky set of fixtures. I don't know where the uffy bit came from there. But we've come through that tricky set of fixtures now, and I'm hoping now we can really kick on because, yes, we've got Huddersfield in an FA Cup replay. I'm not going to commentate. But then we've got Huddersfield in the league, Bournemouth, Norwich, Hull, Crystal Palace, Southampton, West Brom, Newcastle. Really all leads up to the United game. And then looking beyond that, we've got Everton to play who are 18th, QPR in 20th, West Ham in 10th, Stoke in 17th. And then it's Arsenal and Tottenham. We've played, obviously, Liverpool and City here so early on. You know, two teams, you know, right up there in the table in 3rd and 5th. We've only got, you know, Arsenal, United and Tottenham left to play, and Watford, I guess, who are outperforming. But the bottom line is, we've got rid of some tricky fixtures early on, and actually our next kind of run-in is going to be fairly nice up until the United game, and even beyond there, I'm really hoping we can kick on now and get some good results. Obviously, that defeat against Leicester between this episode and last episode shows that perhaps there is no such thing as an easy game, because Leicester, they're doing okay, but they're not doing that great, really, in 9th. But anyway, guys, hopefully you enjoyed today's episode. We didn't control our players. We got fined £25,000. Absolute tragedy right there, because we are already low on money. But no, that's all from me. Hopefully you enjoyed today's episode. As I said kind of when I was rambling on, which has pretty much been this entire episode, let me know down in the comments, should I do some more live stuff? Is it annoying listening to me ramble? I feel like it probably is. You probably don't want much more of it. I feel like the 2-hour video of me doing a January playthrough would just be a bit boring. Maybe I'm wrong. Let me know. Let me know. If you've enjoyed this episode, leave a like. I'll use that as an indicator for the fact you probably enjoyed this episode to some extent. And other than that, thank you for watching, guys. It is me, Jack. I'll be back with you next time for the game against United, and I'm out.